Good afternoon. Am I speaking with Mr. Flabby?
Dear Flabby, I've got a question for you.
I've asked dumb questions before, but this one is serious. How do you escape alcoholism and the want for drugs? I want a good life, but I constantly go back to this bullshit. I have a girlfriend who means the world to me, and I don't want to ruin that with stupid decisions. Thanks. Whatever.
I think that don't just whatever.
Like, I get a lot of messages like this because I've
Really?
talked openly about my abuse of alcohol and
Sure.
other stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know why people think that I'm a good example. Like, I don't know why. I honestly can't figure out why people ask me for advice.
Because you were in a bad situation and now you're not. You moved on. You got over it. You know what I mean?
I hit rock bottom so many fucking times. Like, I know what I went through. I wouldn't ask me for advice other than what should I be looking out for in my kids to make sure that they're.
Yeah, but these are kids. That's the problem. So why would you say that?
But they're not going to fucking listen anyway.
How do you know that?
Don't do cocaine. Like,
That's been your solid advice for a long time. That's like your go-to every time. Don't do cocaine.
and has anybody stopped? No.
Maybe.
No, there was that guy in our Discord or kid or whatever the fuck. And he's like, Doug, what drugs should I try? And I said, dude, none of them. And he's like, oh, here's my list in the order that I want to try them. And cocaine was number one. And I'm like, whatever you do, don't do cocaine or crack or any form of coke.
Yep.
And he's like, I appreciate it. I got some cocaine this weekend. I'm going to go do some.
I'm sure everything worked out just fine.
I don't know. I haven't heard from him since.
Oh my God. So I never had like an addiction like this. So I don't know. I'm talking out of my ass, but if you're addicted to alcohol, you're addicted to cocaine or whatever, any of that crap, doesn't that mean that you're missing something else? Right? Doesn't that mean that you're like trying to fill a void or trying to, there's gotta be a reason behind it, right? It can't just be like, oh, this is here, I'm going to do this. And then it ruins your life. It doesn't work that way, right? It's gotta be something else.
So mine started with alcohol, like all the way up till I was whatever, 18-ish, 17, 18. I was like anti-drug, anti-alcohol. Well,
Really?
anti-drug, maybe not anti-alcohol.
Yeah.
And then the more that I started drinking, the farther down my walls went. And it was like, you know what? Yeah, fuck that. I'll try that.
Mm-hmm.
And then after many, many years, it was just like, yeah, I don't give a fuck if I die tonight. Give me something. Like,
But isn't that less to do with the drugs and more to do with like everything else, like your life in general? So if you're saying if you wouldn't have drank or done drugs, everything in your life would have been amazing and you never would have.
no, what I'm saying, I can only speak from my experiences.
Sure.
And what I'm saying is I had a lot going for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I started drinking a lot. And then the more I drank, the more opportunities went away. And the more opportunities went away, the more I drank. And the more I drank, the more opportunities went away.
Gotcha.
And then by that time, it was like, okay, so fuck it. I don't have a job. I might as well go get fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
And then that turned into...
So I think that what you just said answers your own question. Your question here: why are people asking you for advice? You went from that to not that, where you were able to overcome all of that. That's why people are asking you for advice. How do they do that? How do they? Maybe they are at or they see themselves heading down that path, and they're like, "How did you get out of that? How did you say, okay, I'm done?"
Just like that. I was like, okay, I'm done. And then I was done. Like
The fifth time, sixth time?
Oh, lots of times. It just the last time.
One time finally stuck.
It sounds so fucking gay. It's a game inside my head.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna sound so fucking gay. Okay. When something bad happens in my life, I used to resort to, I'm going to get drunk.
Sure.
And now I've convinced myself that my brain is trying to get me to drink.
Okay.
So it is a battle between me and my brain, and the only way I can win is by not drinking. There, that's the secret.
And you're gonna fucking win. So is it to the point where you literally cannot have one beer?
I don't know.
Because one beer would turn into, 24 or whatever.
So it's not like if this was a beer
Mm-hmm.
and I was to drink it right now, it's not like just by me drinking it, now everything's open back up and I have to have more.
Yeah,
It would
yeah.
be, okay, you had one, because that's what's always happened is I've tricked myself into, I'm only going to have one beer.
Mhm.
And then I'll have that one beer.
Mhm.
And then the next thing is, well, if I had one, I can have two.
Yep.
If I have two, I can have five.
Yep. So it's a slow process from
Yeah,
one
but it's
over
not
the
that
next
slow.
over the next few days. So maybe that's the key. Maybe that is don't think that, I just had one. Just don't have one, right? I mean, don't allow yourself to even go down that path at all. I'm just trying to help me understand your mindset, which would help them understand your mindset.
So, okay. When's the last time you drank? Had a drink?
This last weekend, I
Okay.
had some vodka and orange juice.
Like I cannot get in the mindset. I can't understand what that is like to sit down and have some vodka and some orange juice
Mhm.
and not sit down and have all the vodka and some orange juice.
Really?
Like, yeah, because that's what I would do. I would sit down and I'm going to have a drink.
Mhm.
I wouldn't stop until everything was gone. And if it happened to be that I ran out of alcohol when the stores were closed, then I would go to sleep. If I happened to stay up long enough that the stores were open again, I'd go get more.
We stayed at a hotel and we bought a bottle of vodka. And between me and my wife, over 2 days, we drank about a quarter of the bottle, and that was enough. I mean, we just get buzzed and fuck, and it's great. That's all you
Lame.
need.
Lame.
No, not lame.
So you guys didn't even fight?
you get this perfect level of drunk, not even really drunk, just perfect level of buzz to where the sex is fucking phenomenal. That's where you want to hit, right there.
Did either of you guys puke on each other?
No.
Did you pee the bed?
No.
It does not sound like any party I'd want to be a part of.
Awesome.